should you start drawing furry porn commissions? It's something you hear all the time as an artist online. If you're an artist and you need cash, draw furry porn. They'll pay out the snout for smut featuring their own fursone. But is it actually a good idea? For those of you who'd like to save however many minutes of your life, no, it's not, and you shouldn't do it unless you want to. Quick disclaimer, I am not a furry, but I do support their community, and I have no problems with the subculture as a whole. I think that their artists and musicians are extremely talented, and I think any unprovoked hate against them is just plain immature. Alright, so let's start by talking about... This advice has been echoing around the internet for a long time. I remember being aware of it back in middle school in 2012. If you Google search it right now, almost all the results say the same thing. It's a gold mine. But standing alone on that first page is an oasis, a sentiment that has always seemed important but is almost never mentioned. In this Twitter thread, a furry artist explains how this advice can come with an attitude that is exploitative, condescending, and frankly vitriolic. Artists see furries as a cash cow that they will begrudgingly make use of at some great personal cost. She goes on to point out that drawing furry porn is often seen as an affront to one's artistic integrity. It should be clear that it's disrespectful to treat a community as a necessary evil or a compromise of your morals when you're eyeing their money. Another thing she brings up in this thread is the fact that there are tons of talented furry artists who are broke because they can't find commission work. Which is why I say to all of you who hate drawing furry porn, just fucking don't. There are plenty of people who will do it without the needless hostility. Of course, not all non-furries who try their hand at furry porn are so immature. For a brief period 2 years ago, before I got a job editing for noted holistic plastic surgeon and winner of Squid Game, Tony Yoon, I even tried drawing furry smut. Speaking of plenty, let's go ahead and talk about... plenty. The furry porn market is more oversaturated than Anish Kapoor's middle finger. A lot of this comes from misguided artists who think they can make a quick buck, but as I said, there are also plenty of furry artists who are trying to make it drawing furry porn. Now, my econ teacher was a libertarian who once coached a kid on how to argue with their parents about how minimum wage is bad. Love you, Miss So this might all be horse shit, but I'm pretty sure when supply go up, price go down. And supply, indeed, goed up. Plenty. In addition, YCH commissions have made it near impossible to compete for prices. YCH stands for Your Character Here. Essentially, what happens is an artist draws a scene, but the features are non-specific. They then charge people to add their fursone into that pre-drawn image. Now, these base drawings can be used in multiple commissions, allowing artists to cut their workload down significantly. This, as you can imagine, would make it especially difficult to compete in a market as flooded as that of furry porn. Plenty. Which is why I say to every artist who does respect furries, but whose only motivation is money, I have bad news. It's the 1850s now, and the mine's done run dry. But there's still plenty of metaphorical pyrite to be mechanically harvested, so let's talk about... Uh-oh, it's that part of the video where robots take our jobs. Work on a stable diffusion model for generating AI furry porn seems to already be underway. It's pretty basic at this point, but we only have to look to waifu diffusion, an AI trained with all the images on Danburu, to see that the stable diffusion infrastructure has the potential to make hentai that is practically indistinguishable from that of a human artist. It'll probably be a while before the AI is advanced enough to compose complicated scenes, but the easier and more widely available this technology is, the more and more you'll have to be able to offer until only John Henry will be able to draw furry porn profitably, at which point he'll promptly die. But this does not mean the end of all furry smut artists' careers. There will still be plenty of people looking to commission real artists for furry porn, but there's no denying that the market will shrink. Which is why I say, to furry artists who'd rather not do NSFW but are thinking of trying it in order to get money, also probably don't. Which brings us to the last group, and the only group who I would confidently advise to draw furry porn. People who love to draw furry porn. People who want to draw furry porn. Try not to worry, it's not the end of the world for you guys, and if you don't want to draw furry porn, don't draw furry porn. Plenty.